What's up, everybody? You're here with the Fly Guy. Alright, so I just wanted to do a quick update on my kayak. I just installed a stadium seat on it that I got at Walmart, and I made it semi-permanent so that it can be easily changed out if it ever becomes damaged or I just need a new seat. And I just wanted to share that upgrade with you. Any products that I use to make this seat compatible with my kayak, I will throw links up in the description for you so you can see those. Take a look at that, and if that can help you modify your kayak, if you've got the same one or even a different one, if it can help you out, great. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, my name's Matt Campbell, and I am addicted to fly fishing. I love this sport, and I will chase any fish on a fly. So if you are interested in fly tying or fly fishing of any type, now would be a good time to subscribe. Okay, let's go ahead and check out this seat. Okay, so as you can see here, I took off the old seat and I've got a stadium seat on here. I got this at Walmart for about $15. I'll put the link up in the description for you. So what I wanted to share first with you is just the secured bungee system that I have for it. For when I've got it up on my J-hooks on my kayak rack, or I'm just have it in storage and want to put the seat down. All it is, I've got two canopy ties here. You can get these at Walmart, Amazon, pretty much anywhere. These are very cheap. They're little small bungee cords that have a little ball at the end, so you can secure them to almost anything. And I just put carabiners on it. So I've got one on this canopy tie, and then all you got to do is just pull and unhook it, pop the seat up, and as you can see, I've got a second one here with a carabiner on the bottom section of the metal there on the stadium seat. Right now you can see the backrest has a pool noodle on it, and that is actually covering up the label on the seat. This is an Ozark Trail stadium seat. It was like $14.97 at Walmart. So first, I want to go over how I actually installed the seat and kept it in place. It was a little different because I had to get a little creative with it. As you can see, I've got it resting on existing hardware. So these feet here, okay, if you look right here, this foot, there's one here on the other side, and then there's also some feet in the back. Now they are not like really hard rigid plastic. It's kind of like a hard rubberized plastic. It doesn't feel like it would do any damage to the kayak. You know, I did a run on a river with it in the last 2 days. This seat didn't even budge a millimeter. I mean, this thing was locked in place. So what I did is I took pad eyes, 3 on each side. So 1, 2, and 3, okay, evenly spaced. And I used zip ties. Now these zip ties, okay, are really strong. Each one of them has 200 pounds of braking strength. So I've got 3 on this side, and then switch it on over to the other side, and I have 3 more. So you will be really surprised if you try to use this method. I mean, these zip ties, you can tighten them down very firmly. I mean, this seat, if you look here, I mean, I'm moving the kayak around by this seat, and it ain't moving. It is locked down to this yak. And I've got both the rear feet sitting directly on the plastic right in front of the rear rod holders, and then the 2 front feet are sitting firmly on the clips that used to hold in the strap for the old seat. So it's even, it's flush, it's got something flat that it can sit on, and it's just not going anywhere. And that's the beauty of it. I didn't really know what I was getting into when I ordered this seat. I thought that it was going to be the perfect width, and I just happened to get lucky with it. It was a 50-50 shot, and I'm thankful I got it. Also, with it being so inexpensive and using the zip ties, okay, to install this seat, if this seat ever becomes damaged, all I have to do is clip those zip ties and just get another seat for 15 bucks and put it in the same way I installed it, because the pad eyes are there, And you can never have too many pad eyes on a kayak, because you can clip gear to them as well, because the zip ties take up very little space in these pad eyes here. So I can still clip stuff to them and use them for gear, holding gear down. So you can't really go wrong using this method. I mean, I'm not saying that this is like the method to use. I'm just saying I think for a semi-permanent solution to lock something in, but yet be able to exchange it out and fix it if need be, I think this is kind of a good in-between way to do it. And hopefully it works for some of you guys. But I also in the rear have 2 zip ties just for an extra lockdown. These pad eyes I already had on to clip gear down that I put in the rod holders, like my my lip grippers and my net. So I used these, but I had to reorient the way that because the zip tie is pointing this way to lock down the back chair support. So I just put 2 carabiners here and kind of filled the gap here between the pad eye and the seat. And I mean, they just don't move, they're locked in. So easy there. So I've got 8 zip ties, each one of them with 200 pounds of braking strength. I feel comfortable sitting on this seat. It's not flimsy, it's secure, and if any one of those zip ties breaks, I can just have more in my crate with me while I'm out on the water, and I can replace them easily. So I'm really thankful and really excited to have this seat system set up as it is. Now I did add a couple things. This here, this little basket kind of sits under my legs, and the nice thing about it is it's kind of a catch-all. I could put small gear in there, flies, or I could use it as a small stripping basket to keep line from getting tangled around anything under my seat. The nice thing about having this way is I've got it tightened down. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's just actually a kitchen organization little tray, and it's got like a rubbery silicone mat on the inside. So I can put a lot of stuff in here, you know, whatever I want. It's firmly in place, but if I wanted to get it out of the way, I can just kind of push it this way. It just rotates, and there we go. And because it pushes down like this, it kind of acts as like a lid, because now with the elevated seat, I'm sitting up higher. If you look under here, now underneath where the seat used to be, I've got all this space. So now I actually keep my flies, which I keep in a waterproof box. I keep my flies right here, along with a couple things that I need to grab quickly right under my seat. And I can clip them to the chair because it's got a little metal piece here that I can clip a carabiner to on this side and on this side. So lots of options. It just opened up a lot of my gear storage for me, actually. You know, it doesn't look like there's much space under here, but you would be surprised what you're able to fit right here. So this has been a great addition to my yak. So not only am I elevated, but I've got more gear storage. And that's Duke and Gunner there. They're hanging out. Duke likes to be a little bit loud, so if you hear anybody barking, it's probably him. So not only did I zip tie the tray there to kind of act as a gear catch-all and potentially a little stripping basket while I'm out on the water, I also put on this pool noodle. Now, the reason I did this was because I did a long float on a river, and the seat was very comfortable here, okay? The back was comfortable too. I had plenty of back support. The only issue is that the metal bar, the way it sat against my back, it actually made me really sore, and it was very uncomfortable. So now I've just put this pool noodle in for padding. Got this at the Dollar Tree, spent $1 on it. Then I used the same exact zip ties to just secure that firmly to the 2 corners of the top bar, and you've got a backrest. You know, it's not the designer model. It's not your Cadillac or your Mercedes-Benz or your Ferrari chair here on the Kayak, but you know, it gets the job done. And just sitting in it for a few minutes, man, that foam on that pool noodle just rests really nice up against my back and shoulders. I know I'm going to have a great time out there on the water because I'm going to be more comfortable. Okay guys, so that's the kayak seat modification I've done so far. And you know, my kayak is a work in progress. I'm always looking to change things up and make it better. So I'm sure I'll do an update for you after the end of the season, after I've used this chair a lot. So you guys can get a good idea about what you're getting into if you choose to do this modification to your kayak. If you've got the Lifetime Tamarack Angler 10-foot, or if you've got another kayak and you think this seat would work on it. Like I said before, you will have links in the description so you can check this stuff out. So make sure to click on those links and get a good look at this stuff so you know what you're getting, and I hope it can help you out. If you like this video, go ahead and hit thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos this summer on fly fishing gear, fly tying, and kayak gear because I love to fly fish out of my kayak. So go ahead and click subscribe below. Hit that bell so you get the notifications when I put out new videos, and stay tuned. On June 1st, I'm also going to be doing a carp video on how to catch more carp on the fly rod. There's going to be some tips in there for you, some information, so stay tuned for that as well. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take care, and we'll catch you next time.